Hello and welcome to Shelley's Sacred Space and Everything Energy. Today we are doing a numerology overview. Now, this is just a quick look at the 4 different types of numerology that I have found in my deep dive, aka black hole of numerology that goes on and on and on. Anyways, I'm going to briefly go over them, share a little bit about them, and from there you can look into what interests you and move forward. I am not a numerologist, but I have loved numerology for years, and I have done over time my name, business names, friends' names, family names, you know, the dabble into numerology and figuring it all out. So let's get started. There are 4 types of numerology that I found that are in the world today and are main focal points. First one is our Pythagorean numerology system. And I apologize for any names that I butcher. I will be doing that throughout. So, one apology for all of them. Anyways, the Pythagorean system is our Western system. It is the most popular. It's the one that you will find on most websites or in magazines or anything like that. It has a numerology chart that incorporates numbers 1 to 9, and the alphabet is in alphabetical order. It looks at a life path number, which is also known as your life purpose or destiny number, and that is your full birth date. It looks at your birthday number, which is your gifts and your talents. It looks at your soul urge number, which is all the vowels in your name. And then it looks at your personality, your outward characteristic number, and that is all the consonants in your name. There are master numbers that do not get reduced in the Pythagorean system. The reduced number does have an influence, but it does not override the master numbers, which are 11, 22, and 33 that I know of. There could be more. Again, this is a quick overview. All right. Now, how do you work out your full birth date? It's your month, your day, and your year. So if it was September 15th, 1990, you would do 9 for September, plus 1, plus 5, plus your 1990, which is 1 plus 9, plus 9, plus 0. And that would come out to 34. And then 3 plus 4 is a single number 7, and that is what you would look at in regards to the Pythagorean theory. Now, one of the things, because it's one of the easier methods, you will find a lot of information online regarding this method. And some people have actually said it's really great for business names. But if you're looking for more of the personal names, you're better to start with the Chaldean numerology system. Now, it's a little bit different. It has numbers 1 to 8, and the alphabet is not in alphabetical order. Each letter is associated with a number. Now, what this does is it's considered to be more predictive and accurate than the Pythagorean theory. This is not necessarily fully determined. The people who love the Chaldean system definitely believe this is the case, and the people who love the Pythagorean theory think that it's the better choice. So it's going to be a personal preference. Okay. That being said, in the Chaldean system, there is your human self and your higher self that we look at. So your expression number or human self is your full birth name. And then your higher self or your life path is your birthday. The Chaldean method does look at the single digits and the double digits. So you will find descriptions on the double digits as well as when you add them together and get them to the single digit. It is considered that the single digit represents your outer self. It's more generalized, it's between 1 and 9, but the double digit represents your inner self. So that's a little bit more of the detail. Now, this is where it connects to the destiny part, and therefore you have more detail with that double digit, and you can see if you're on the right path. Your name, which is your human self, if it's on the same path as your birthday number, then you're not going to have the same conflicts as if it's not. Now, they do also look at the challenges that will come up if you're not on that same path. Sometimes the name that we're given doesn't actually connect with our birthday number and therefore can create a little bit of challenge. The other thing that I'd like to mention is there are no master numbers like the Pythagorean theory. In this case, they're looked at as just double digits and they are reduced down to a single digit. So that's one of the ways you can tell the difference when you're looking online and doing your research. If it says, oh, 11 is the master number, then it's going by the Pythagorean theory, not the Chaldean. On to our next one. This one is very interesting. So this is the Tamil numerology chart. It again uses the 1 to 8, and the alphabet is not in order. And the Tamil is also known as Vedic or Indian numerology. Now, here's where this one differs a little bit. So you still have your personality number, which is your full birth name, your destiny known, which is your full birth date, and then innate qualities, which is your birthday number. But the descriptions of these are actually connected to astrology. So now you have an even more in-depth description of your numbers. So 1 is associated with the sun, 2 was with the moon, I believe 3 was Jupiter. In cases like that, you would then be like, okay, so the sun, what are the signs that are in the sun? We know that the Leo is a sign in the sun. In the moon, we've got Cancer. Which signs now connect? And those aspects now play into the numerology. So it's a whole new rabbit hole to go down if you go with the Tamil numerology, because then you're adding in the astrology aspects and expanding those descriptions of those numbers. Very cool. This one worries me. I'm just like, so much in one thing. Amazing. Anyways, it does give you a deeper look into destiny and how it plays a role in our world and how certain things and certain themes, certain challenges may be destined for you based on the stars and when you were born and things like that. Our last one is the Kabbalah numerology chart. Now, this system, I'm going to tell you right now, is very complex. The chart itself isn't horribly complex. I've provided a simplified version because it actually ranges from the number 1 to the number 400. So it's based on the Hebrew letters of the alphabet, and each letter has a vibration, and they've connected that vibration to the number, which is why you might have 40 or 400. A 9, 90, 900 is not used. So 9 is also not used. So it's still 1 to 8. But I've broken down like the 40 or the 400 became a 4. So in numerology, a T is actually 400. The S is actually 300. Okay, so, you know, something to look at. Very unique, very different. Then, on top of all of that, it then goes into a form, a system that I have no understanding of. And numbers are placed, and then lines are drawn, and it's based on the tree of life, and all of it makes sense to somebody who is trained and a professional in this, which is not me. So please note, if you are looking into any of this, the Kabbalah, you need to have a reliable, properly trained source that you trust. This is a system that is passed down to the student by a teacher. It is not one that you go and kind of search up and fiddle with like you can with the others. The other thing that I want to make note of is this system is designed specifically to understand the frequency of the words based on the numerology. So it's actually a really good system for analyzing sets of words, poems, the Kabbalah. You get a deeper understanding of what that passage may mean that goes beyond what we hear. Anyways, very interesting. Definitely not a newbie who's going to be able to do that one. And likely not for everyone. It is based on Judaism and Hebrew mysticism. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that gave you a little bit of information. If anything kind of piqued your curiosity, I suggest taking a closer look at it and seeing if it's the right fit for you. Until the next time, bye for now.